Welcome to your last day of the first week of Summer Academy. You're going to be hearing from Mr. Paul Crass, who's an English teacher and the advisor of Wild Minds Club. After that, you're going to hear from some students and how they've learned about healthy choices to make in high school during their experience. I hope you enjoy.
Hey, class of 2024, welcome. My name is Paul Crass. I am one of the English 1 teachers at Ukiah High School, and I want to thank you for watching the video and kind of participating in our virtual academy this year. So congratulations to you. I get to talk to you a little bit about risk-taking and healthy choices today. So a couple of things to consider. First off, healthy choices. That is huge for us, right? We're entering into a new area in terms of how we're doing school this semester, and a lot of it is going to come down to us mentally and physically being prepared for this. So now is a great time to start thinking about how much sleep you're actually getting. Are you eating meals enough for you, and are they all consisting of Cheetos and Monster drinks? If so, you're probably going to need to change that one up a little. As well as simply looking at your environment and your habits. What needs to happen to make the beginning of this year really get started for you pretty smoothly? There are a lot of different possibilities for that. But sleep, of course, is going to be a big one. If you're like a lot of teenagers, your sleep patterns, you're probably going to bed really late and you're waking up really late. You can start shifting those. Even, set the alarm 10 minutes earlier a day just to kind of get you back toward that. Doesn't mean you have to give up summer vacation. It just means that you can kind of start easing yourself into a program, right? Don't wait till the first day of classes to try and do all of this stuff. You're going to create more anxiety and more stress for yourself. And frankly, I think we've all had enough of that one, right? So, do a little bit of planning, get yourself together. Look around your environment. Where is it you're going to be doing your studying? Because you're going to be doing a lot of it, and a lot of screen time, a lot of that sort of stuff. We all have families to juggle. We all have different chores and activities that we need to take care of as well besides school. So keep that in mind. What is going to shift for you as this comes in, and what is going to stay the same? What can you rely on to do this and there? I'm sitting here at my kitchen table, and this is where I end up doing a lot of my grading and the rest of it. I have a daughter in high school as well, and she comes out here to do a majority of it too. So we all try to be really conscious of how we're using our space, and those are the choices. Those are kind of the things we need to do, right? So start keeping that in mind, and look at the spaces. What do you need, and what can you do to make it happen? Right? The second bit I want to talk about as well is risk-taking. There's healthy risk-taking and there's unhealthy risk-taking, right? Healthy risk-taking is the sort of thing where, I think I'm going to join a sport. Never done it before, but I'm going to try it, right? You're there with coaches. You're there with people who are going to push you to see how far you can go, and they're going to do it, we expect in a safe and healthy manner. Versus something like, I wonder if piranha are ticklish. Let's try and find out. I can pretty much tell you that's a bad idea right there without even going any further, right? That's an unhealthy risk versus a healthy risk. This year, we know, is different for all of us. We're all taking little risks in different ways. All us teachers are really working the video angle. We're having to do all this sort of stuff. Changes how we plan and teach and so on. And so there's risk involved for it. And that's just kind of how it is. For you as students, same sort of things. One of the big things for you, of course, is going to be, what are the challenges you want to accept? What are the ways that you want to kind of take risks for yourself? Maybe you've always been a really quiet person in classes, but now with the video components, it might challenge you to be speaking up more. Look at that as a good thing. Risk-taking and challenges aren't necessarily easy. It's why we attribute all those different ideas to them, but they're necessary. They're necessary for something we call growth mindset. And a growth mindset isn't like, hey, I'm smart, I'm going to get this done. Growth mindset is, this is hard work, and I'm going to get through it. Right? I'll do this over and over and over until I get this right. Or it's simply that I enjoy taking those opportunities to further myself. So going back to the sports one, that's what practices are. A practice that's easy, you didn't push as much, you didn't get as much from it. Hard practices every time are the sort of thing that build you and they help you out. So if we look at this whole situation as an opportunity for us to grow, it starts to change it a little bit. Right? It doesn't mean it's going to be easy. It doesn't mean we're going to get, through this with like, oh, this is fantastic. It does mean that we have an opportunity and we can start learning about ourselves, about our patterns of behavior, about how we act, what we do, what we don't like to do, and look at what we want to keep and what we want to let go of, right? That's a big thing. You're no longer in 8th grade. Here you are, class of 2024. You're at the beginning of the journey for high school. This is a great place to be. And you, frankly, are going to be the ones developing a fantastic iron will. You will have that ability to push forward because you are being challenged in a way that none of our other classes have been. So I want to congratulate you already on the simple fact that, you are in a new place. You're in a new opportunity. Right? So last bit I want to tell you is when it comes to healthy choices and risk-taking, again, that growth mindset is there. Really looking at what is this going to get me? Why am I doing this? What's the purpose of it? So if you consider your behaviors, your actions, all of this toward what's your goal? Not just I want to get out of high school or I'd like to go to college or something like that. Even college, great. What do you want to go to college for? What's the purpose? What's your point behind that, right? High school and college are stepping stones toward you developing the rest of your life. And if you kind of keep that in mind, they're not destinations. They're not like, yeah, I'm done, that's it. They're the things that should move you forward to let you become who you want to be. And if you keep that in mind, then your choices, the risks and the choices you make should always be geared toward what's going to help me get there. What is it I want and what am I willing to do to get there? That's what you're shooting for, right? So please keep that in mind. When it comes back to healthy choices and risk-taking, we've got 3 Wildcats who are going to share with you some of their stories, and I want to applaud their willingness and their vulnerability in doing so. And frankly, to kind of top that out there, vulnerability is a wonderful risk to consider. Being vulnerable with the right person at the right time and in the right way is something that really allows us to grow, and it's at the heart of a lot of relationships. So that's kind of what these 3 are attributing. They're giving a chance for you guys to connect and understand a little bit more about what life is like for us. So again, my name is Paul Krasts. I look forward to seeing you hopefully in one of my English 1 classes, and beyond that, class of 2024. Congratulations.
Wildcat Nation, your high school journey is not going to be easy. There will be many challenges. One of those challenges is keeping a focus on your academics. By keeping a focus on your academics, not only will you succeed through high school and go on to do even greater things, you'll be interconnected to a larger group of young, informed, educated people that'll eventually be the leaders of today.
Wildcats, my name's Carmen McGon and I'm a sophomore at Ukiah High, and I thought I would pop in and give you guys some advice on academics and getting good grades and just balancing all of the classwork and homework that you get. There will be times where you will feel like you don't want to do this anymore, that it's too hard, that the stress is getting to you. Now this is all based upon mindset. You can only control what you do, and the whole point of getting good grades is working towards your future and achieving your goals. Now, not getting a good grade here and there is not the end of the world. You're human, you will make mistakes, and that's completely okay. Just try to make sure you have time to do all this work, that you're pushing yourself and working hard, but not too far as to where you're not happy anymore or it's affecting your mental health negatively. And in the moment, you might think that grades won't matter that much, but they do end up being a big part of deciding, like for colleges or just wherever you go, people will take a look at what grades you earned.
Hey, what's up, incoming Wildcats? My name is Michael Leggett, and I'm going to be a senior next year at Ukiah High, and I'm going to be the senior class president, actually. And I just want to talk quickly about some things going into high school and some things that you should maybe prepare for, maybe things to avoid. Specifically, I'm going to talk about trying to avoid vaping and partying mostly, and other like bad habits sort of like that, like drinking and other things And what I'd have to say is, if you're looking for an alternative or just fun, crazy things to do, I wouldn't suggest doing those. I know a lot of people who have turned to those and try and find them as alternatives, but end up really just being major life distractions that really take away from just doing your best work. So I would say just try and avoid those. Thank you, guys.
Hi, future Wildcats. I'm Anna DiVincenzo, and today I'm going to be talking about healthy friendships and healthy relationships. To maintain either or, always support he or she in whatever makes them happy. Support is the main base in a relationship or friendship. You're going to want to find people that support you in whatever makes you happy as well. If you have a friend that thrives or a partner that thrives when you're down, cut them off. You do not need that. That is toxic. You should be finding people that love to see you happy, that thrive off your happiness. So cut that off. You do not need that. And friendships will come and go, but that's okay because it opens up new doors for new friendships to come in your life and new relationships to come in your life. And if you're putting more energy into a friend or partner than they are to you, definitely take that as a sign to find what you deserve, because that is not what you deserve. You deserve people that are reciprocating that same energy. And remember to have fun. Life doesn't always have to be so serious, and what is meant to be will find you. Can't wait to see you on campus, future Wildcat.
2024. I'm Mariah Macias, and I just recently graduated from Ukiah High. And I'm here to talk to you about friendships and relationships. Right off the bat, as you transition into high school, you'll realize very quickly that the friendships and relationships you have will either get you somewhere or they won't. The people you surround yourself with have the biggest influence on you, whether you realize it or not. Going into your freshman year, you'll realize that you're kind of friends with everyone, and that's great, but as time goes on, you'll start to really realize where you fit in best. In order to maintain a healthy relationship or friendship, you need to be sure to surround yourself with like-minded people, because at the end of the day, you'll only end up being exactly like the people you decide to hang out with. So if you don't want to party, don't surround yourself with people who party. If you want to maintain good grades and take AP classes through high school, surround yourself with people who want to do the same. Throughout my high school experience, I had really great friends. They were there by my side through everything until I got a boyfriend. My boyfriend was a great influence at first. We were both like-minded, and things were really healthy and great. But after the first few months, he started becoming really controlling and wanted everything his way, and things began to become very unhealthy. And if it wasn't for the great friendships I established before my relationship, I probably wouldn't be where I am now. So remember this. Most high school relationships don't last, but most high school friendships do. So adventure out there. I know things will be a bit different this year due to distance learning. So find the people who bring you up instead of down. Most of the time, the person who ends up becoming your best friend in high school is often the person you never thought you would talk to.
Wildcat Nation, we'd ask that you wear a mask, but instead, we're just telling you, wear a mask. A mask makes the difference. Now here's the trick. In school, wearing a mask, it's real complicated because when you're wearing a mask, all of the non-verbal language that we express with our mouths can't be seen. And so you have to try extra hard to figure out what exactly is that person saying. So the study of the eyes and every other part of what they might be trying to say is a task when you're wearing the mask. Welcome to Ukiah High School with a mask.